Welcome back to Virtual Stoic. It's early morning and you're savoring your favorite coffee, scrolling through messages when suddenly, a harsh comment or an unkind gesture hits you like a splash of cold water. In an instant, your day feels dimmer, your mood shaken. We've all experienced moments like this, facing toxic people or negativity that clings to us, much like a stubborn stain on our favorite shirt. But here's the empowering truth. You have the power to decide whether that stain defines your day, or whether you let it slide off like water on stone. Have you ever wondered why a single negative comment seems to linger in your thoughts longer than 10 compliments? It's a peculiar aspect of human nature, and the way we process these moments can shape our emotional resilience. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, offers timeless wisdom in his meditations. When another person blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you. This perspective challenges us to see beyond the surface of negativity and recognize that harsh words often reveal more about the other person's internal struggles than they do about us. It invites us to pause, reflect, and rise above the immediate sting of unkindness. This isn't just about deflecting toxic behavior, it's about transforming these moments into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. When negativity confronts you, take it as a chance to look inward. Are you letting someone else's words dictate your day or define your worth? What truths about yourself have been overshadowed by the judgments of others? Stripping away the layers of societal expectations and external validation, you'll find a deeper understanding of who you are. So the next time you're faced with unkindness, remember this: the power to shift the narrative lies with you. Let's embrace the journey of self-discovery and build the inner strength to rise above negativity while staying true to our core selves. Number 1. Self-awareness. Have you ever met someone who seems to press all the wrong buttons, leaving you frustrated and drained? These individuals, often referred to as toxic, spread negativity like a thick cloud of smoke, making it hard to think or see clearly. But what if you could navigate through this haze without losing your sense of self? It all begins with self-awareness. Just as knowing you're allergic to smoke helps you avoid it, understanding your emotional triggers empowers you to maintain emotional and mental distance. Imagine yourself as a skilled fencer. Each time a toxic person lashes out, you gracefully sidestep their blow, not with anger or retaliation, but with quiet confidence in your boundaries. This isn't about ignoring negativity. It's about acknowledging its presence without letting it dictate your actions. At first, practicing self-awareness may feel unnatural, like learning to tie your shoes. You'll need to pause and consciously ask yourself questions like, why does this bother me? Or what can I learn from this? These reflections aren't excuses for others' behavior. They're tools to build your own mental clarity. There will be times when reacting feels easier, when the urge to throw their negativity back at them is almost irresistible. But fleeting victories like these often feel hollow because they betray who you are at your core. Each time you choose to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you strengthen your inner fortress, not out of arrogance, but out of calm, unshakable confidence. This isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about transforming them into opportunities for growth. Embrace this process, and over time you'll find yourself becoming sharper, stronger, and more resilient in the face of life's complexities. Number 2. Forgiveness and memory. Imagine stars shining brightly, even though darkness surrounds them. These stars are the people who bring value into your life, lighting the way with understanding and empathy. But just as stars illuminate the night sky, black holes exist, representing toxic individuals who pull you into their darkness, draining your joy and energy. The question is, how do we navigate this cosmic dance of relationships without getting sucked into these black holes? Picture yourself as a spaceship, powered not by hydrogen but by courage and wisdom. This courage, it's your forgiveness, a potent force that frees you from resentment and grudges. Forgiveness acts as your fuel, allowing you to soar higher than any toxic influence. It disentangles you from the gravity of negative emotions that weigh you down. Yet even a spaceship needs a navigational system. This is your memory, the keeper of your life's lessons, the silent voice that warns you when a known black hole is ahead. The truth is, your past encounters with toxicity are not chains that bind you. They are markers on a star map, guiding you to safer paths. Every lesson learned from dealing with toxic people, every overwhelming emotion felt, becomes a beacon, showing you what to avoid and helping shape your future interactions. Together, forgiveness and memory form the compass that guides you through the complex constellation of relationships. As you reflect on your journey through this cosmic dance, ask yourself, from whom do you see the brilliance of a star, and from whom do you need to divert like a black hole? Use forgiveness as your fuel to propel yourself forward, and let memory be your guide, steering you to avoid repeating past patterns. In this intricate ballet of life, let's strive to be the spaceship that forges its path through cosmic chaos, with refined grace, driven by the power of forgiveness, and guided by the wisdom of memory. Number 3. Emotional stability. Navigating life surrounded by toxic individuals can feel like trekking through a dense fog. You lose sight of where you're headed, and every step seems uncertain. But what if I told you there's a way to clear that fog? It starts from within, through the power of emotional stability cultivated by Stoicism. Think about that one person who, no matter the chaos around them, always remains calm, like a mountain standing firm against a raging storm. This isn't about being indifferent or cold. It's about recognizing that the only thing truly under our control is how we respond to the outside world. Stoicism teaches us that our true power lies in our reactions, not in trying to control the uncontrollable. So when faced with toxicity, we channel our inner Stoic. Instead of engaging in the drama, we pause. It's like being in the eye of a hurricane. Everything around you is wild, but within this calm space, you find your center. Here you can breathe, think, and act from a place of rational calmness. The key is shifting focus from what's happening around you to how you're going to let it affect your inner peace. How do we do this? Through mindfulness. Yes, the term gets tossed around a lot these days, but here's the truth. It works. Mindfulness helps us detach and observe the chaos without getting sucked in. It's not about ignoring toxicity, but acknowledging it without allowing it to disrupt your peace. It's realizing that, like clouds in the sky, these moments will eventually pass. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of negativity, remember, you are the architect of your peace. Build it strong. Number 4, setting boundaries. Imagine stepping into a world where every interaction you have is like a brushstroke on the canvas of your day. Some strokes are vibrant, uplifting, enhancing the beauty of your existence. Then there are those dark, heavy strokes left by toxic people. These interactions don't just leave a mark, they alter the entire masterpiece of your day, affecting your mood and even your self-perception. Now think about the ancient Stoics. They were masters of their minds, not by avoiding adversity, but by fortifying their inner walls. They understood that not every opinion, critique, or negative energy deserved their attention. What if you could approach toxic people with the same mindset? It's not about building an impenetrable wall, but about choosing which gates to open and when. This selective openness doesn't make you any less of a person. In fact, it makes you the curator of your own peace. Picture your energy as a limited, precious resource, like water in a desert. Every interaction you engage in is like giving a drop of that water away. Now, would you rather give it to someone who plants seeds in your desert, making it bloom, or to someone who lets it evaporate under the scorching sun? Setting boundaries is about investing your energy wisely, not with arrogance or disdain, but with the calm resolve of a Stoic who knows their worth and values their time. It's about calmly communicating, "This is where I draw the line," because your peace is not up for negotiation. Start today, not by cutting people out, but by clearly defining where your garden ends and the wild begins. Watch how the landscape of your life transforms. Remember, respecting yourself enough to set boundaries is not an act of aggression, but an act of self-respect and wisdom. Number 5, focus on goals. We all have something we truly want to achieve, whether it's mastering a new skill, reaching a fitness goal, or advancing a personal project. It feels like you're on a clear, straight path. But then, unexpectedly, you encounter people or situations that dampen your spirit. These encounters can throw you off course, like a gust of wind redirecting a paper airplane. It's frustrating, to say the least. Take the story of Jordan, for instance. Jordan was all in on starting a small online business, but skepticism from friends and family came in waves. Some doubting openly, others subtly suggesting safer paths. It's a scenario many of us can relate to. Instead of engaging in fruitless debates or trying to validate his ambitions, Jordan focused on refining his skills, expanding his knowledge, and steadily building his business. So, what can we learn from Jordan's journey? A steadfast belief in one's vision, and a refusal to let negativity derail your path. This ties into how we deal with toxic people, a skill that requires finesse. The Stoics were onto something profound. They focused on what was within their control. And let's face it, altering others isn't within that realm. However, managing our responses to them is. Think of it like this. Imagine a raincoat during a downpour. The raincoat doesn't stop the rain, but it keeps you dry. This is the kind of resilience we need. So the next time you face skepticism or negativity regarding your plans or ambitions, think of Jordan. Redirect your energy, not into convincing others, but into fortifying your own path. Offer a smile, a nod, and keep moving forward. You have goals to meet, and no amount of negativity deserves to occupy space in your thoughts without paying rent. Embrace Stoicism. Focus on your actions. Enjoy the process. Let any detractors fade into the background. It's your journey, and you're the sole navigator of your path. Number 6, seeking support. Every once in a while, we bump into someone whose presence challenges our peace of mind on every possible level. You know those people whose energy feels like a storm cloud on a sunny day? It's like you're stuck in quicksand. The harder you struggle to maintain your calm, the deeper you sink into frustration or anger. This is the complex dynamic we often face when dealing with toxic individuals. It's a true test of our patience, but more importantly, of our stoicism. But here's the key. Seeking support in these situations doesn't show weakness. It reveals wisdom. Think about it like this. A single candle can break the darkness. Sharing your struggles with someone who understands can light up paths you didn't see before. These are the people who add strength to our resolve, not by fighting our battles for us, but by reminding us of the power of our own mental fortitude. Imagine having a wise elder in your corner, offering advice drawn from a deep well of experience. That kind of support is invaluable. It helps us navigate through toxicity with grace. To harness Stoic strength, we need to recognize when external perspectives can guide us. It's about understanding that while we can't control the actions of others, we certainly have control over our responses. Through Stoicism, we learn the art of detachment, seeing the situation from a higher perspective, like zooming out on a map to find alternative routes we may have missed when we were too zoomed in. In seeking support, we allow ourselves the space to breathe, reflect, and choose our responses carefully, ensuring they align with our values and sense of peace. Now take a moment to think about your own encounters with challenging individuals. How have you navigated these waters? Have you tried to go it alone, relying solely on your strength, or have you reached out for that supportive perspective that could change everything? Remember, the true mark of a Stoic isn't in silence or solitary suffering, but in knowing when and how to engage the wisdom around us to walk the path with greater ease and understanding. Number 7, control of negative self-talk. Remember the first time you crossed paths with someone whose energy felt like a rain cloud on a parade? We've all been there, feeling the weight of someone else's negativity pulling us down. Surprisingly, the way we talk to ourselves when dealing with toxic people can either be our armor or our Achilles heel. Think of your mind like a garden, and every thought you have about yourself as a seed. Plant seeds of strength and resilience and you'll stand tall, but sprinkle in doubts and fears, and those toxic weeds will start choking out all the good. This is where Stoic wisdom comes into play. Walking away from negativity isn't always an option, but how you react to it is. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in how we respond, not in what happens to us. When navigating the turbulence of someone else's negative influence, carefully monitor the conversations you have with yourself. Instead of asking, "Why do I have to deal with this?" ask yourself, "How can I grow stronger from this encounter?" It may cultivate resilience, empathy, or even the courage to uphold your boundaries. Altering your viewpoint isn't just about semantics, it's about reclaiming your power. Another tool you can use is the powerful art of detachment. This isn't about being cold or uncaring, it's about wisely choosing where your energy goes. Imagine someone's negative comments as arrows. If your self-worth is an impenetrable shield, those arrows can't touch you. You may feel the sting occasionally, but remember, they can only wound you if you let them. So take a moment to reflect. How often do you let external negativity influence your self-talk? Controlling this doesn't mean building a fortress around your heart. It's about knowing your worth and understanding that your reaction is your power. Sometimes it's simply about deciding not to give your peace away. Stoicism isn't about an emotionless existence. It's about choosing which battles are worth your heartbeats. Remember, the only person you truly have control over in this life is you. Number 8. Solution-oriented approach. Do you ever find yourself asking, how do I handle those toxic people we all inevitably cross paths with? It's like navigating through a dense fog where every step feels uncertain and the air feels heavy. The key here is adopting a solution-oriented mindset, deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism. This approach helps us transform these interactions into opportunities for personal growth and emotional intelligence, rather than letting them become sources of frustration. Flipping the script on toxic encounters requires a bit of creativity. It's like playing chess. You need to think several moves ahead, anticipating reactions without becoming emotionally entangled. This means listening more than you speak and responding with calmness, a trait admired by many but mastered by few. This strategic creativity allows you to maintain your peace and avoid getting pulled into the chaos. Adaptability is your best friend in these situations. It's about remaining true to your values while navigating the challenges of interacting with difficult personalities. Imagine yourself as a tree, firm in your roots yet flexible in the wind. You sway but do not break when faced with the gales of toxicity. This resilience strengthens your character, equipping you with the tools to face any storm. Now I invite you to reflect. How do you react when confronted with negativity or manipulation? Remember, the presence of toxic people might not be within your control, but how you respond is. By incorporating a Stoic solution-oriented mindset, you're not just avoiding the pitfalls of negativity, you're actively shaping a life of peace, resilience, and dignity. In the grand scheme of things, it's not the obstacles we face, but how we overcome them that defines us. Number 10. Avoid unnecessary arguments. Choose your battles wisely. A piece of advice as old as time, yet more relevant today than ever, especially in a world where every interaction can feel like a minefield. When dealing with toxic people, it's like navigating a maze in the dark, never knowing when you might bump into a wall. The key here is not to charge at every wall you encounter, but to feel your way around and decide which paths are worth taking. Some conflicts are dead ends, energy drainers with no exit or treasure at the end. Recognizing this can save you a lot of headaches. Surprisingly, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not react at all. Silence can be louder than any word you might throw into the fray. When toxic people aim their negativity at you, they're often looking for a reaction, any sign that their words have hit home. By choosing not to engage, you're taking the wind out of their sails. It's not about ignoring the problem, but about choosing not to let it control you. Your energy is precious. Spend it on battles that matter. Beware of the trap of trying to change someone's toxic behavior by arguing or reasoning with them. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It only fuels the flames. Instead, ask reflective questions to encourage them to see the situation from a different perspective. It's about shifting from confrontation to conversation. This approach won't work every time, and that's okay. The goal isn't to win every battle with them, but to maintain your peace and dignity in the process. On the battlefield, empathy is your shield, and patience your sword. Trying to understand where the other person is coming from doesn't mean you agree with them or condone their behavior. It means you're strong enough to look beyond the surface. Remember, everyone is fighting their own battles, some of which you know nothing about. By practicing patience, you give yourself time to respond rather than react. This doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Now take a moment to reflect on your encounters with difficult people. Are there patterns you notice? Are there battles you've been fighting that are simply not worth your time? Remember, being stoic isn't about being emotionless. It's about not allowing your emotions to control you. It's about choosing where to focus your energy, knowing that not every battle is yours to fight. So next time you're faced with a potential argument, take a step back, breathe, and ask yourself, is this really worth my peace? Number 11. Detection of false cordiality. Isn't it shocking how quickly a simple discussion can escalate into a full-blown argument? It's like a small spark turning into a wildfire, destroying everything in its path. But here's the thing. Not every spark has to turn into a fire, especially when dealing with toxic people. Understanding the concept of false cordiality can be your fire extinguisher. It's about recognizing when someone is pretending to be on your side while silently stacking the wood to feed the flames. Body language doesn't lie. A grin that doesn't light up their eyes or arms crossed tightly across their chest are telltale signs of insincerity. A subtle clue that you're dealing with hidden agendas, not genuine concern. Pause for a moment and listen to what's not being said. A voice dripping with honey but lacking warmth, or an awkward laugh that seems to jar with the flow of conversation, can reveal more than words ever could. These nuances of communication are like invisible threads pulling at your intuition, tugging you toward the realization that all is not as it seems. The way someone speaks can be the mirror reflecting their true intentions, clear as day for those who choose to see. Now think about the patterns you notice in people's behavior. Consistent actions reveal a person's true character. It's like the steady beat of a drum, unchanging and reliable. On the other hand, behavior that swings wildly based on who's watching is as flimsy as a leaf in the wind, signifying that the show of friendship is just that, a show. It's crucial to observe these patterns because, in the realm of human interactions, consistency is king. Being able to sift through the facades of false cordiality is not just about safeguarding yourself against toxic relationships. It's about cultivating an environment where authentic relationships can flourish. It's about being a beacon of authenticity in a sea of pretense, guiding others toward the shores of genuine connections. So next time you sense that something's off, trust your gut. Pay attention to the signs, and remember, not every hand extended in friendship is one worth shaking. Stay steadfast, for the path ahead is yours alone. Remember, your peace is a fortress. Guard it with the wisdom of Stoicism. Exploring Stoicism offers the chance to not only handle toxic individuals but also lead a more fulfilling life. And there's more, a deeper world of Stoic wisdom awaiting you. By joining our free newsletter, you're taking the first step toward it. Claim your spot now and deepen your understanding and connections within this remarkable philosophy. As we conclude this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism, remember that navigating through toxic relationships and difficult individuals is not about avoiding the storm, but learning to dance in the rain. By practicing emotional stability, setting boundaries, and harnessing the power of mindfulness and forgiveness, you can protect your peace and navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Your inner strength, rooted in Stoic wisdom, is the ultimate tool for maintaining your serenity in a world that often feels chaotic. Keep reflecting, keep learning, and keep practicing. Remember, your peace is your greatest asset. Guard it fiercely, but let it radiate outward, lighting the way for others. If you found value in this journey and want to dive deeper into the timeless teachings of Stoicism, subscribe to Virtual Stoic for more insights, wisdom, and practical tools to live a life of peace and purpose. Join our community of fellow seekers and strengthen your understanding of Stoic principles that can transform your life. Click the subscribe button now, and let's walk this Stoic path together. Until next time, stay grounded, stay wise, and stay Stoic.